Okay.
Over here, by the plant.
And like,
He's gonna think the plant's talking to him. This is great.
and he like looks over and he's like, buddy, I didn't know you could talk. Why you sound like a girl?
I'm not the plant. I was hoping you'd come over though. This is Texas. I'm invisible right now.
All of Texas?
Well, not all of Texas.
Oh my god.
A person. I technically lived there for a very short time. You met me.
I don't need to know your backstory. What do you need?
Well, there's a group of people.
No. Go through the entire fence.
A lot has changed in the past 12 hours.
Good God, man! You have a dangle now. I'm not going to fault you for any sort of like thing that you went through. Your body has gone through a metamorphosis overnight. Please, it's fine. You do not need to apologize. And he just kind of looks at you and puts a hand on your shoulder and just like.
You got a dangle.
You were somebody who lived in Texas,
Right.
and then you
It's
took
not
the name
important
Texas?
though. That part isn't important. This is the important thing.
Why would you open with that if
No.
it wasn't
Well,
important?
I was just trying to introduce myself. Okay, so
Okay.
the important thing is there was a group in here, and now there's still one of them, but the others are gone, but they're coming back, and they want to kill us.
Are they from Texas too?
No, I don't think so. Maybe. But the important thing is they want to kill at least one, if not more, of us, and or do serious harm and damage. So, do you
Okay.
guys have rules or like a safe room?
No, we kind of play
Or-
it fast and loose here.
Yeah, I've heard that. So we should just kind of hightail it on out of here?
I mean, you could fight them. That'd be kind of entertaining. No,
Well-
right?
Am I bound to some sort of thing? I feel like the most responsible thing to do is to know, like, before you put on jewelry given to you by a god.
You feel like the most
Well,
responsible thing to do when a god
I-
offers you a gift is to be like, well, what
Well,
is
no,
is
I
there a
thank you
user
very
agreement
much.
that
I
we
just-
need to sign here?
I feel like
I mean, she's very nice, but this is no Banyan, the god of the lions. I mean, he's the king of the beasts.
And as Bubba walks out, he goes, "Hey, man, now I'm gonna get him turn on. Woo!
Sorry, guys, I speak Bubba. I know how you doing.
And man, from artificial ballroom to share put stuff all the time.
You ain't fooling? Hell, my brother Cletus would love to talk to you.
Hey, man, I'm Terrell from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they don't feel like pretty like people going in.
All right, now sounds good.
I'm just gonna cast in code thoughts to just pull this memory out for later. Someone's gonna want to study.
Are you always invisible?
No, I just did this because I was trying to be stealthy. It's not working very well. I can see
No,
that.
because you're still talking.
I know, I have learned my lesson. I haven't learned my lesson. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm going to do more stupid stuff. It just kind of happens.
Children.
Hi,
You catch us, Brad,
everybody!
you're-
Welcome. It is. It is
makes sense.
Tuesday. I think, yeah, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
And
And
it
if
is
not, it
time
should
for a
be.
little Dungeons and Dragons here on Indigo Chameleon. Thank you so much for tuning in. So much. We're very happy to have you. Sorry, I was fixing some stuff. Alchemist Bender, thank you for subscribing for 18 months in a row. One more month and you get your own bearded dragon lizard.
Shower curtain.
I don't want a bearded dragon.
It's
not
already
bad.
it's already at your house.
Give me a cat.
I will take the bearded dragon.
We have a few.
Cats in the house.
We have a few announcements before we get started with tonight's game. We have a Discord. Come and hang out with us there. We would love to see you on our Discord, and you can find cool stuff like memes and all sorts of interesting stuff like that. We also have a merch store. You can find cool stuff on the merch store that helps us rep the brand with this cool mug. Upcoming schedule for this week. We got lots of cool stuff coming down the pipeline. We have today is Tuesday. On Thursday, we have the very last episode in our Lost Isle Ever Onward arc as we conclude this epic tale, and that's on Thursday. On Friday, we have Adventures in Babysitting as a group of babysitters help assist in the Fae realm. It's very nice. My life. It's gonna be great. So tune in for that. And then that's on Friday. We don't have anything going on this weekend, but you can watch plenty of shows on the TTRPG network and things of that sort. We encourage you to do that. Stay tuned to the Discord and the recruitment channel. There's some cool stuff coming, kids, including my first sort of jump into the Call of Cthulhu. I'm very excited about, with a very special guest joining us for that episode that I haven't even talked to these guys about yet, but just getting confirmed today. So I'm very excited. So you don't even know about this.
Wow.
Speaking of, you don't even know about this. Look at this amazing cast. Look how beautiful they are. But I think that's it for announcements. That would bring us back around to Tuesday. I think that's it. Anybody have anything they want to plug, talk about?
Podcast.
Tune into the Wanderlust podcast. Taking a week off of uploads to kind of keep a backlog and do the more do a more staggered release of the podcast so that people will tune in and watch these beautiful players do what they do best every week. But stay tuned and follow the podcast. We're also going to try to do some more giveaways associated with those that leave reviews on the podcast, including maybe some dice giveaways and things of that sort. So it's going to be good times. All right. That, I think, we're good plugging everything that needs to be plugged. Once upon a time, in Wanderlust, an exploration of Wildmount. The group, high off of adventure and completing their first hunt for the Hunters Guild, found a way to bring the cloaker beast that they had found back to the lodge. After bringing the cloaker beast back to the lodge and succeeding in their goal, there was a friendly spar that took place back at the Cedar Hearth and Home. Yes, you're lusting for Wander. Gross.
I'll DM you my number.
After some fun was had during this friendly spar of Wings versus Whip, a victor emerged, and the group settled down for a long rest. I would encourage you to go back and listen to the podcast, which is going to drop later this week, or watch the episode on Twitch or YouTube. All of our episodes get uploaded there. But we find ourselves in a very precarious situation, as last week's episode ended on a bit of a cliffhanger. Except we weren't hanging over a cliff. Well, one of us was. Sure. In the middle of the night, where Aelin was talking to a representative of his particular church, of the Wild Mother, of his temple, Dev was accosted in the middle of the night by a big beefy boy, a rough boy, if you would, who started a fight with him. Dev kept somewhat quiet during this fight, hoping to dispatch him quickly. Alas, it did not go as planned. By the time the group found their way into the room, the fatal blow was landed, and now Dev is not dead. Dev is unconscious with a successful death save on his side. So things could be a whole lot worse. But with the room opening up, this is immediately where we are going to jump to the top of the initiative order. So right now you have a big, beefy, rough boy who is standing over an unconscious Dev. Now, in the room also is who?
All of the rest of them?
Well, Aelin and I are at the door.
Oh,
we
Aelin
discussed
and I
it.
are at the door.
I'm standing
And
as
he
close
and
as
I are
I can in
behind.
between him and the other person, but I'm not directly in between them.
Okay, so here is the fun part, kids. You can move through an occupant space, but we're not the Marx Brothers, and we're not going to play around with that fun, like, everybody rushes into the room space. We still have to deal with the fact that, like, it's a small-ish room. Like, you could fit a bunch of people in here, but the way this combat is going, like, this gentleman's here, Zerafina has tried to interpose herself between the two of them, so it's a bit of a cluster at the moment, all right? That being said, let's go to the top of the initiative order and start this off right with Ulvar. Ulvar, this is the scene that you see before you. You don't know what has happened because no one has said anything. You would see this. You would see a large man and Zerafina on the ground going like this as she's radiating a sort of magical energy from her.
Sure.
Okay?
And Dev's on the ground, or those are the only two things I see.
Yeah. You know what? Give me a perception check.
That's going to be a 12.
It's hard to see Dev on the ground. You would see a crumbled form on the ground as well. Yeah. No one has communicated or said anything during this time.
This is personal.
Like, there hasn't been a scream of, like, Dev or anything. Everybody's just kind of jumped to action.
Somebody said it outside the door.
I yelled,
when they
I
were-
can't get in.
I can't get into the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dev,
Door
I
gets
can't get
kicked
in.
open. Okay. So I would say with the 12, yeah, you'd see a form on the ground. You could assume it's Dev.
I'm going to rush over.
Okay. What are you doing?
If just try to get him consciousness to see if he's alert in any way. If not, then
Okay.
Cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. What level?
Well, first level's all I got.
Okay.
So, and that's 6 points of love.
6 points of love to you as Dev, your eyes will open for the first time since you were knocked unconscious, and just take that deep breath in. Good, Ulvar, that's your action. You doing anything with your bonus action?
Just we're close, so
It's close quarters.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let one person get into like Dev's space here before I start cutting people off.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Latrion.
Cool. I guess I'm gonna get in there.
Okay. You go into the room.
I'll stab him. It's fine. I'll stab him twice.
Okay, perfect. Cure wounds, aka smelling salts. Or Kenny, I love you. Yeah, give me 2 attack rolls, please.
That is an 11 and a 16.
Okay. To hit?
Yes.
Okay, the 11 misses. The 16 hits. Roll damage.
4 points.
4 points. With 4 points of damage, he looks rough, but it's just not enough to put him down. All right? Zero.
Hang on 1 second. Sorry. No, I've already used my action surge. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on.
Zero.
Ooh. Yeah, this guy that's been attacking him, he didn't hit me, but that's okay. Witch Bolt. 2d12s.
Okay. Is there a save on Witch Bolt? This is just
no,
an automatic.
it's a 13 plus 6 is a 19 to hit.
19 hits. Roll damage.
Okay. Oh, d12.
And now you're rolling that Sith lightning, unlimited power.
I need to get another d12.
Wipe
There we go.
out all of them.
That is not 12, not 21 points of damage.
Zerafina initiates Order 66, and he very quickly, his eyes roll in the back of his head, and he, yeah.
Mess with my brother. I'm pissed.
Cool. With that, he
Nobody messes with my brother except me.
Okay, that's my brother. Look, he's not heavy. He's your brother. So yeah, you guys are out of combat.
Sorry, I don't know if that was in character or out of character. Maybe both.
Going to put the swords away.
Do it.
Aelin will run over and cure wounds on Zerafina.
Okay.
Because she looks pretty rough, right?
Do you know who that was?
Like half the room looks real rough.
You'll have to tell me how
Gonna
much.
stand up and look at the person.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check.
6.
That's a 3 on the dice, so
No, you've never seen this tiefling before in your life?
Nope.
Is it the same guy that we saw before? The red guy with the gold?
No, it is not.
Does he look the same
Hashtag
though?
not
Does he
my
look
tiefling.
red?
No, like it's just a
Hashtag not all
different.
tieflings.
And
No,
this,
I just don't know because it seemed like there was a gang of like tieflings that looked like my brother. So
this particular, not all tieflings. This particular gentleman looks a little bit more beefy. When I say beefy, I mean just like built along the shoulders and things of that sort. Like his chest is wider. You see, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
doing one too.
I am looking at it. I'm looking through
You're
his
going through
stuff. I'm
stuff?
looking for
Yeah.
identifiers.
I didn't see
Yeah.
nothing.
You said investigation, correct?
Yes.
That is a 21.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
16.
Okay. Between the two of you, you ransack this body. As you start digging through pockets and things of that sort. You find a set of studded leather armor that he's wearing underneath what looks
Can I
like...
say that I would stabilize him at some point over this and tie him up? Because I don't want to, like,
You
kill
could
him.
have
I wanna get
if I had not just been rolling death saves
Okay, got it. Never mind.
over the course of
So you
this.
said, got it.
But you could certainly try because the timing gets a little iffy. If you had rushed over and immediately stabilized him,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, but
yeah,
I can reach down and spare the dying.
that's
Too late?
no. Spare the dying is when somebody's unconscious and you're like, we need to stabilize this person quick so they don't die.
Well, yeah, I meant like that might be faster than her trying to stabilize me, just instantly like.
If we're doing divine intervention here, tell you what, let's do this. Because that should have been the first thing that was said. Like, we want to stabilize this guy.
okay, if he's dead.
Yeah, and I honestly, I probably wouldn't do it unless somebody said to stabilize.
D20. Let's do it. D20, just a roll off. Don't add anything to it.
Nope.
Okay?
4.
7. Okay. Yeah, so this dude was meant to die. Captain!
No longer playing.
Oh my god.
So we're no longer among the alive.
We love you, Captain. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, he shuffles this mortal coil. Inside of his belongings, you find a couple of very strange things. You find a piece of paper with several names crossed off of it. A lot of the names crossed off of it, unless you have a way of doing it, it's going to be hard to decipher. That each one looks like it was just like somebody took a piece of charcoal and just like boom, boom. You would find 7 names that have been crossed off in total. All right. The other thing that you find is that name at the bottom of the list is Dev, and the one directly after it is Zerafina. All right. Okay. Now, as you as you study the list some more, you would find a pouch with some gold in it. You find a pouch with what looks to be just 11 gold pieces.
okay.
You also find a ring.
Okay.
Okay. The ring looks somewhat plain. It's in the fact that it's the main part of the ring is made of wood, and the edges of the ring are made out of a platinum-looking material.
Okay.
He's strapped with daggers.
I'm not touching the ring with my hand,
Okay.
but I'll pull it out with a piece of cloth or something and say, "There's a ring here. Anybody do the thing where you tell." But
I'm not touching it.
It is rings, and there I have told you what it is. I have not entered the room. I'm just out in the hallway. So
I'll put it in a pouch or a pocket or something, but I don't want to touch it with my hands.
Okay. You
Yes.
very gingerly reach down and pick up the ring and just wrap it in a piece of cloth, I guess, and just keep it on your person.
I want to find out more about it, but I don't want to touch it.
Sure. When you say find out more about it, you don't mean attune to it. You just mean like at some point
I
we're
just
gonna
mean,
we're
yeah,
gonna examine this.
I don't
ring.
want to attune until I know more about it.
Okay. Great. That's for the most part. Searching his body, you ransack him dry. Like he's got a couple of daggers that look really nice. They just look like they're good quality daggers.
I want to really study his look and his physique, and I'm going to probably ask Alatrion to do the same because I know that he can disguise himself, because if this could be a useful thing later to do.
Okay.
To look like this guy.
Sure. Alatrion, you are encouraged to study his look, and I will say with your high investigation checks, you take
Just in case.
a little bit of time. Something weird happens while you're studying his face. Okay. You're studying it and you're trying to learn the intricacies of the face, and I will say that you're staying outside of the room. You're just kind of in the doorway at this point.
I'm in the hall, slumped up against the wall because I'm not feeling great.
You're inside.
Yep.
You're inside. Everybody else would see this except for you, but you might come in based on the reactions of the party. As the Latrion looks at the body, and you look at the body to study the markings, about 2 minutes after his death, give or take a few minutes, the markings start to move. The vitiligo on the face starts moving under the skin, almost like it's crawling. It's a slow pace, but it moves just down.
I'm gonna pull my swords back out, or at least one of them.
Yeah, pull the swords back out. Yeah.
Like it's moving literally downwards or moving under his skin and you can't see it
It is
anymore?
moving, you see it still on the skin, it moves down the face, down the cheeks, down the throat, and to the chest below the tunic that he's wearing. Okay? It's collected on the left side of his breast. All of it. All of the markings on his face.
Is it making a shape?
No, it's
Or a-
almost it's almost like it's just okay. An Etch-a-Sketch. When you take the marker and you pull the little filaments and you could like bring them all to a certain point, they're still kind of moving around a little bit, but they're
Rorschach mask style?
Yeah, Rorschach mask style. But like over the left part of his chest.
Does
Does
yours do that?
Ideas?
I hope not. I'm taking a step back from it.
Just gonna tap
I
the
don't
door
wanna be
frame to
near
get
it.
this one's attention. Hey, you wanna come
Yeah.
see if you know what's going on?
All right. Look over. This is some magic nonsense.
No.
This is he's right. I checked the script. It says magic nonsense.
Do we do
Reasons.
anything? Do we just hide him? Do we tell someone that there's a dead guy in our room?
Well,
Rather
there's a
he
broken
not
window coming in, and there's a dead guy. So we just tell them that he jumped in the window and attacked. If we need to tie a rope, we can. It's totally fine. I've got enough.
I would, but mine's currently still around the cloak, and I have no idea if I'm getting that back.
I've got some rope.
All right.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm happy to run down and tell them there's a dead body in our room. That's not funny. I'm not laughing.
You're
awkward.
laughing a little
I mean, it's
bit.
You know how
Terrifying.
sometimes you laugh when things are awkward, and then
Hi,
you
we'd like to
realize it's
order-
an inappropriate response to the situation?
We'd like to order some room service, maybe a grilled cheese and a cheeseburger. There is a dead body on the room.
Ooh, and a milkshake.
When you guys come back to pick up the
We're all in
dishes, could you
milkshakes?
just...
Is there any way you could just take care of them?
Do you have a, I mean, I know you're hunters. Do you have a dead body service?
Oh my God,
Like
do
where
they
you
have a
just-
dead
Or
body?
maybe like a large rug?
You made the inn.
A pit in the back?
Do
just like a cleaning.
um, Simon,
A burn
Dad, do you
basement.
need
Yeah.
me to heal you? I only have a couple more times, and I don't know what else is gonna happen tonight.
Dave.
But
Nothing else should happen,
Dave.
but I wouldn't mind.
cure wounds.
Okay. Roll that cure wounds. Roll that beautiful being footage. What are we? What
There
are
we
we?
go.
What are
10.
we doing?
All right.
I think we're trying to figure out what we're doing.
Yeah,
said
I'm,
this
Right now, we're all just kind of standing in the room, I think.
I'm
This,
happy
this
to run
image of you
downstairs.
I mean,
all
it's
looking
not
at the body and
staying
just
here.
I'll run downstairs. Anybody want to go with me?
I can go
I
with
would like to go to bed.
Okay.
Sarah, I can go with you.
Somebody needs to go with him.
Bed.
Nobody needs to sleep alone if we're
Oliver,
going to get
come along,
stabbed.
we're going to bed.
Who's roommates?
Clap you on the shoulder and be like, I'm
Oh,
going to bed.
technically, then you two should probably go to bed, and then we can go down because we're roommates. That way we can stick together.
Sounds good.
Makes sense, right?
Okay.
I'd really rather him have someone with him right now.
Just want to steal his
If
knife.
that's okay.
So go ahead, take his knife. There's
I'm just gonna reach down and grab the dagger and hand it to you.
Whichever one is more pretty.
You find a very pretty knife.
Yes.
One of them looks like it was very well.
Got two.
He's got two. One of them looks very well taken care of. And this particular knife, when you take a look at it, this is not the one that was used to stab Dev.
We'll take that one.
One was used.
the non-dev stabbed one.
Yeah, it's in a sheath. It's out of sight. Do you take it out of the sheath?
Yeah, I'll probably wait till we get to the room, just because if I'm getting pulled out, I'll be like, okay, thanks, bye.
You're like, souvenir.
Yeah.
Ew. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll look at it when we get into the room.
Okay. Taking a look at it in the room, all you would notice is that the blade itself is quite odd looking. The handle is nothing to write home about. It's just a simple handle. But the blade itself is made out of a white obsidian. It doesn't even look like a metal, and it doesn't look particularly sharp. But it looks like it's made out of a white obsidian.
Gotcha.
All right.
Please don't let him die.
I can heal one more time.
Okay.
Great.
Then I have to take a nap.
Are you alright?
Yeah, good night, Ulva.
As good as I can be.
I know. Okay. Stay, sleep, don't die.
Not till this thing's out of here.
Well,
We'll have to handle that in a bit.
try to rest. We'll take care of it in a minute.
Hey, Zara, and I'll hand you like 10 gold.
Yes?
Maybe we should have them send breakfast up here tomorrow, and we should all just meet here.
Oh, that's smart. Okay. Would you like me to pull the body out of the room and leave it in the hallway? Or are you okay if we just kind
go
of...
get them.
Okay. Just checking. Alright. So we'll run downstairs.
After
Fine,
she's out
then.
the room, I'm just gonna look at Deb and go, oh wow.
I thought you
Maybe-
were going with me!
I am, but like as you're walking down the hallway, I'm gonna be a few steps behind and be like, oh wow, look at all these people that tried to help you after you yelled at them. We'll be back.
Oh.
Okay.
Go ahead.
As soon as they leave. Are you really okay?
I don't know. Yesterday was, well, today it's all together. It's a lot. And I don't know if I feel better or worse that my sister's name was on that list. Because it means maybe it wasn't a part of the other thing that's going on, but I don't know.
What other thing?
The person that looked like me.
Oh, your brother.
Yeah.
How many brothers do you have?
0 full brothers as far as I know.
Okay. Well.
Canon 0 is Dev's brother.
Yes.
Full brother.
Do I have to burn an inspiration to make that officially canon? Because I will.
It's already canon.
Yes.
You can go to sleep.
I can't until this is out of here. I'm just staring at the thing.
It's still doing that odd, like, if the shirt was pulled back, all of that stuff is almost doing like it's moving. Here's where it gets weird. It's dead. The body is dead. Until all of that stuff begins to collect, and you would see it contracts and expands. The white that's around the heart. It's concentrated on the left side of the breast, and then it gets small and big again. Okay?
I don't like that.
Me neither. Then I'll pull out my mace.
Okay. I gotta see this conversation. Alatrian and Zerafina, you go running to the...
Roll damage.
Are you gonna hit it?
I'm gonna look at Dev before I hit it.
It's a body. I mean, roll it at advantage.
It's prone.
Yep.
Sorry. Mace plus 4, 8. 18.
Where do you hit it?
Oh no, 17. Right at the white spot that's moving.
Right at the heart?
At the
Cool.
white spot that's moving.
Great. No. So it's a bam, like just on top of this body. The mace slams into the chest very hard. Are there spikes on this mace? I've never asked you about
There
this.
are.
Okay, great. What kind of damage was it?
It was 4 points of
Bludgeoning.
yeah, bludgeoning.
Okay. As you use your heart heater spell. Yes, heart heating. Yeah, you bring that mace down. The white spots stop. Like the whatever with that contraction thing was happening as you slam this mace down onto it. That's the good news. The bad news is they start coming out of the body. They start crawling along the ground, like out the window. It looks just like white bits of goo, of slime. Little white bits of slime that are now outside of the body with the gaping hole in the chest of it where you slammed your mace down on the dead man. And the little white bits of goo are crawling out of the wound.
Ew.
I bolt.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Okay. You could just watch it for now.
I mean, I would probably try to like step on them or
Okay.
something.
Okay. Yeah, you go over and you step on them, and after a while you stamp your foot down enough times that the white stops moving. Like you just bam, 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 and it stops. It's just a little like white puddle of goo on the ground.
Do you have a vial?
Do I have a vial?
Somebody drank a potion?
No.
Okay.
I'm sure I don't. I
You've
mean,
got a
let me-
whole water skin full of weird holy water.
Yes, but I want that.
You know what you can do with it.
I mean, he's probably got just a regular water skin.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll pour my water skin out
Okay.
and gather up.
You touch it?
Huh?
You touch it?
No. I would use the water skin to scoop as best I can to get
You
some of it.
after a bit of time, you scoop a good chunk of this into the water jug. Okay?
Like, with gloves and all, making sure none of it touches my skin.
Absolutely. Safety first in D&D. Yeah. Let's cut to you, Alatrion and Zerafina.
I'm looking for Marger, the wife, first.
Sure.
Because I like her better.
When you come out, you do not immediately... you don't immediately see her.
If she's not there, I'll go
See
to the
Hamfo.
husband. It's Hamfo, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go to him. That's fine.
Yes?
Hello, someone broke
Hello.
into our room and tried to kill my brother.
Ah!
Does this happen a lot?
More than you'd think.
Okay.
Who won?
Well, he's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry
Not
to
her
hear
brother.
that.
No, not my brother.
Oh, yay, good for you.
The person who tried to kill him.
Oh, your brother tried to kill him, or he tried to kill your brother?
Well, he tried to kill my brother.
Ah.
He really succeeded, and then we killed him.
Oh.
I mean, not intentionally. It was just that we attacked him
No.
because he was attacking my brother.
What,
And then
the long story short here is that
Yes.
we need to get the body out of the
we
room.
have a dead body.
Oh, yes, good
Do you have
luck
like
with
a room?
that.
Cool, so we can just throw in the street. Got it.
Is
Oh,
there-
did you need a
do you-
removal?
I mean, you seem to imply that this happens a lot. So what do you do typically with your dead bodies?
I tend not to touch it. It's not in my duties as as an innkeeper.
Oh.
However, I
Throw it
could
out the window.
be
Got it.
persuaded to assist if you needed such
I would love to persuade you to help us to figure out what to do with this body so that maybe.
Lovely. Well, there are businesses to be run and things for me to do to
Right.
take a bit of time out for
Yes.
this might
Well,
be
I
a
imagine
little
that a
hard.
couple of gold might help.
Oh no, I would never accept.
Here's a couple of gold. Hang on, let me
pieces,
see if I actually
really.
have anything in
5 to
return.
7.
I'm just gonna
would be-
take the 11 gold pouch that he had on him and put it in his
Ah,
hand.
yes, well, of course.
Oh,
Which room was it?
it was my brother's room.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yes, I will send our cleaner up post haste.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, of course. No more dead bodies for the rest of the week.
Well, we're hoping. Yes.
Sorry, can
We
you?
didn't intend on this one. He just broke in and tried to kill my brother.
Well, this neighborhood can be quite rough.
Is-
Did he deserve it?
Well, he tried to kill my brother. I don't know if I was clear on that or not.
No,
but-
did your brother deserve it?
Well, sometimes he does, but not to die. If anybody's going to beat him up, it should be me.
Your voice gets progressively higher the more upset you are. Has anyone ever told you that?
Maybe my brother has.
In a bit. I'll send our cleaner.
Okay.
Just have your brother vacate the room, please.
Why?
He's welcome to watch. It's just a bit grisly.
What do they do?
What kind of cleaner is this?
Yes.
That's Mimi.
Mimi. What does Mimi do?
Mimi probably eats the body. Do you want to watch?
Yes.
Can we switch rooms with them?
This sounds really interesting.
All right. He looks a little concerned.
Mimi?
He's like, just
Same info.
Yeah.
Where is Mimi? Can we bring her up? Or him? I don't want to assume.
No, Mimi, I don't know where she is today. Mimi! And he looks around the space and nothing reacts, and he's like, she's probably in one of the rooms. I'll find her.
Okay. I feel like maybe we overpaid if you specifically have something around here that eats dead bodies.
Well, training a mimic is very hard.
Oh, it's mimic. Fun.
Yeah, let's go switch. Come on. Wait around back up to the room and tell them.
Yeah, you guys would come back to the scene of Aelin leaning over the body, stepping on something, and he's gathering up something with his water bottle, but there's a huge gaping hole in the chest of the individual.
Good news, they're sending something to eat it.
Great.
I don't know if that's a great idea.
It's a mimic.
So after you guys left,
Did you? There's a hole.
Yeah.
And now there's
So
a
they
bunch
s-
of white stuff on the. You don't.
they started moving.
I'm concerned.
What, the person?
No, the white spots.
The white spots. I don't remember what it's
Like what Dev's got on his face.
The one that honest. Yeah, there was.
They
Yeah.
It doesn't
after
look gold to me. It doesn't look white to me. It looks gold. So I wasn't thinking
Oh,
white
okay.
spots. That's why I didn't. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
So after you guys left, it started moving, and
Oh. Okay.
I wanted to make it stop.
Off him, and then he smashed it.
No, it was moving in him, and then I smashed it, and then they started moving out.
Oh.
But I caught some. I mean, they're dead.
That's fine.
But
Sometimes things die.
I thought maybe someone might be able to examine it.
Right. Yes. I mean, I can.
I also probably can't.
I mean, I could look at it, but probably not any more than you could.
You
I
know,
was actually thinking those goblins that we ran into.
That's cool. This is a tomorrow conversation. It's gonna get real grisly in here. You guys might want to switch rooms. We want to watch what happens. You guys might not.
Okay. I'm taking my stuff. Don't have to tell me twice.
Not much persuasion.
Deb
Like,
gets up
please.
and heads over to her.
Oh,
your
did
room.
you want to go sleep in our room? Because we were really interested in this. You guys could go get some sleep and we could stay in here and watch.
He's already gone.
Yeah, but you could go over, or
Well-
you could stay here and watch.
I don't want to watch that.
Okay.
Okay.
You go sleep in our room.
I'll keep him safe, I
Good
guess.
night.
That's a good
Yes.
You.
Good night.
You two, when there's a soft,
As I'm walking out. As I'm walking out. What are they sending up for breakfast?
We'll find out in the morning.
surprise.
I don't know how this whole process of body consumption goes.
You two get a long rest.
Thank you.
You two get a long rest. You two wait up, sitting eagerly on the bed, cross-legged, just looking at the spot. When there's a soft tap at the door, and you see Hamflo say, "Room service."
Oh, hello, come on in.
Yeah, and he will come in with what looks to be a plain cart, with a little wheel, and he wheels the cart in, and he goes, "Oh, I did. Now would be a good time to step out if you'd like to."
Oh no, we want to watch.
Oh, fair.
Very interested.
Sure, yes, the first time I saw it. He goes, "Well, enjoy yourselves." And he will take the tray off of the cart, leave the cart there, and then all of a sudden the cart just goes, leans forward and starts eating this guy up. Like, it's pretty darn grisly, as this thing just takes a good hour or so to eat him up. And
Just imagining one of the big cards with
think
like
it would
a
take
cabinet
so long?
set in the center of the cabinet opens and it's just the mouth.
Yes, you're right. This is disgusting. Book out, just like taking notes.
Each of you, on your next medicine check, get it at advantage, as you have a look at the human anatomy from a perspective that most individuals never get. So your next medicine check will be at advantage.
Yay!
No, thanks.
After a bit of time, Mimi begins to lick the carpet clean, or the floor clean, any sort of mess that was still on the wooden floor, and then we'll look over at you two and just like sort of big bulbous eyes, like purpley looking tongue, just.
Good job.
And
Thank
then,
you.
And then turn back into a cart and just like push up against the door.
Okay, should we roll her back?
Open the door.
Okay, we'll open the door.
You do open the door and the cart just
Bye.
like one squeaky wheel like going down the hallway.
The one thing.
Well,
That was pretty great.
that was amazing. I guess we're sleeping in here.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't want to sleep where I got stabbed either. So I kind of
That makes sense.
I was gonna make you both make a wisdom save to see if you could sleep through the night, but I think you're just both like night.
I experienced something really cool and new.
Great. Both of you can mark down the long rest. Don't forget about your medicine check at advantage.
I really need that.
Mimi the mimic is here at this particular Cedar Hearth and Home because I love this place and it's growing on me.
Like a mimic would if it was slowly consuming you.
Like a mimic. Yeah.
Delicious.
Look at those 2 spell slots I have back.
Yeah.
You all wake
So
up,
many.
spend a little bit of time. Did you spend a little bit of time with your dagger?
Yeah, before I went to bed, you probably would have looked it over because he went into 4 hours of meditated sleep. So
Okay, yeah. The dagger is unnaturally cold.
like it emanates like.
Yeah, like it emanates a little bit of cold. As you spend a little bit more time with the dagger, you realize that this is a dagger of frost. And should you choose to use the dagger of frost, it not only does the dagger damage, but it also does 1d6 of cold damage.
Me likes a lot.
So there you go. You guys all wake up in the morning, fully refreshed. Some of you not in the greatest headspace, but probably fully refreshed. You have your spell slots back. What are we doing?
I'm going to make sure that I get up before, like just a couple of minutes before everybody else, and run downstairs to see about getting breakfast.
Yeah,
I catch him downstairs.
Yeah, Hamlet is not there, but his wife is, and she seems to be taking care of a particular meal that she's put up on the slow cooker, the slow roaster above the fire. You're not sure what it is, but it was winged at some point.
It's the cloaker.
So as you're looking at it, it smells delicious. There's like a teriyaki glaze on it.
Teriyaki cloaker? I'm down.
Yeah.
So as you're walking downstairs, I'm at the table. Good morning.
Morning.
You forgot some breakfast, didn't you?
I did.
I had the feeling. I will help you bring this up to the rest of the rooms.
Thank you. Actually, I think we're all going to meet in Dev's. What
was your room and is now his? Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, what was Dev's? Well, I guess we probably should meet in their room. So he probably doesn't want to go because
Yeah.
of stabbing. And like, there's a bit of a draft because the window doesn't close him. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
Sorry, I immediately. Everybody's got a stabby place. Stabby place to go.
Ow.
Shake, shake, shake.
Cool. Yeah, you guys, you see that your portions, the plates that are given to you are actually somewhat special. The plates that most individuals get are these sort of plain-looking wooden plates. Yours are a little bit more fancy. They're metal with gilded gold around the edges of it. They're a little bit bigger. You realize that there's some accoutrement. There's some like fruit and vegetables and loaves of bread. And people are giving you some nods as you look. And you realize that these are specifically the hunters that got the kill. It's a real quick like outward sign like, hey, these guys did it, like thank them. And you see a few people just sort of say thank you or give you a like a special like nod on the head, especially as you're walking towards the room with the plates. Like people are coming out of their rooms, they're like, "Ooh, Cloaker," you know, like they're just.
Yo, teriyaki Cloaker, quick, we gotta hurry.
What's
Two steps are gonna be gone.
Teriyaki Cloaker, yeah, just like Mom used to make. So
Are we supposed to release this cloaca into the wild?
We told him that we wanted it released. He released it into our bellies.
you're not sure it was a Cloaker that you're eating.
Sure.
We've had Cloaker before.
Lots of things taste like chicken.
That's fair.
Yeah. So
Chloe was supposed to live a long, happy life.
She did. Until we found her.
So
Anyway.
I'm guessing we each have like 3 plates.
Probably.
Not use my foot to knock on the door. Dave,
Knock
Room
open the
service.
door.
I'll open it.
As you open the door, you would see loaded up with plates of food, breakfast delivered.
Yes, teriyaki for breakfast, Palantir. It's the good old stuff.
It's the good old stuff. Cool.
Yeah,
Pass the
I'll
plate
take
to you, pass
I
the plate to
typically
Aelin.
have fruit for breakfast, so.
More for me, then. I'll take the teriyaki from her plate, pass a couple of fruits on her.
You have bread. You have bread and fruit and vegetables, root vegetables, and things of that sort. So you'll have a nice little vegetarian bread.
Just
Yeah.
for breakfast.
Yeah, of course.
Alright, so. We.
1 Minuten bitte. I need to go and get Ulfa. Ulfa,
What is it?
breakfast, come.
All right.
Not downstairs, Dummkopf. This way.
You just had breakfast. We usually
Yeah.
have the breakfast
Yeah,
downstairs.
and then I'm telling you this way.
He's walked down the
Einstein,
hall.
Einstein.
He just still looking at this thing like, oh yeah, wow, cool.
Okay. Yeah, you head towards the room. Yeah, the breakfast is waiting for you.
I'm glad to see that you are feeling a little bit better today.
Yeah.
Up on your feet is a better look for you than down on the floor.
This reminds me, sits on the floor with the plate.
Thank you guys for helping.
Have you given any thoughts to the trainings that the other fellow mentioned?
I mean, I wasn't
The
against
correct
it.
answer is yes.
Okay.
I accept training you, yeah.
All right. Sure.
You two should train today. How fun!
Do you have any less magic-y ways of hurting people?
Him?
I'm not
Yeah.
great at it, but
What do you have?
couple daggers.
That will work, Titan.
He likes using wind. Lots of wind.
It's just messing with you.
This
That's
is
not really
an
helpful.
A and B conversation. Please see your way out. You seem to feel the need of being involved in every conversation ever, especially involving your browser, which I understand. However, this is between his trainer and him.
Okay, tell him all about the spells he loved.
See, this is you being involved in the conversation again.
Okay.
Now, if you would like to volunteer information, there is
just
something I
imagine-
would like to know.
She's vibrating. I just imagine you vibrating to
You have mentioned in the past that there are 2 of you. Now, I have spoken to Dave when he passed through Novgorod. He mentioned he had 1 sister, not 2.
Wait, are you involving me in the conversation? Because you
I'm
just told me
involving you in
not
a
to be
separate
part of
conversation
it.
since you wish to have all the information and yet volunteer nothing.
So wait, am I supposed to talk now?
I think there's a lot of talking that should happen this morning.
Just eating.
Somebody's
Zerfina.
trying to kill you, and you're glowing, and you're summoning something?
Zerfina,
Yes.
you seem to want to know everything,
Yes.
and yet you tell us nothing.
What do you want to know?
I have mentioned what I want to know.
Okay, tell me.
I did! Your listening skills are subpar.
Well, there's a lot that you say. Where do you wanna
Let
go?
me put this plainly. You said there are 2 of you. There is only 1 sister of Dave.
Yes.
How are there 2 of you?
Yes.
Yes is not the answer, Dummkopf.
Well, I'm just answering all your questions. Yes, there are 2 of me.
Then explain.
Both named Serafina.
Then explain how.
Time. Wibbly wobbly.
Can I just thump her on the head?
You can certainly try.
Oh, I'm a thumper in the head.
You come forward and give me an attack roll, please.
Yeah, okay. That works.
Wibbly wobbly.
17.
Does the 17 hit?
Yes.
You get
Cool.
thumped on the head.
Ow!
A point of damage.
My next D-shirt. Time. Wibbly wobbly.
I don't want to get in trouble here because I don't understand how all this works.
So
and then
what
when
you
I'm
are saying is
talking
you
to
are allowed
someone,
to
I got
obtain
the
all
whole
the
thing
information
on
in
my
your...
eyes.
You don't listen very well.
Yes.
What you are saying is you are entitled to all the information you want and yet will volunteer nothing?
No, I'll answer all your questions. I was just afraid something unknown was going to attack me if I said too much, because that's what happened last time. But I...
What if you
okay,
wrote it down?
I'll try. I woke up. Everything was crumpled. I'm just waiting to get lightning attacked at any moment. Everything was crumpled.
Mm-hmm.
Someone came to me, and I got zapped back, and I'm supposed to fix something, but I'm not sure what. I'm not really good at this, and I don't know much, and it's very confusing. But anyway, I've got to fix something, but there's another me, because I got zapped backwards 2 years. Is that enough?
That is an incredible story, and I don't know if I believe it, but alright.
Okay, you can go over to Cobalt School and find me. I mean, she won't know anything about it, but she looks exactly like
Yes,
me.
because there's only the one cobalt soul.
Well, no, she's in Zadash.
Insight check? Give me an insight check.
14?
Zerafina is scattered. She's being interrogated by Simon.
Right.
It's she's scattered, but everything she's saying is truthful.
Okay.
With a 14, she was in a place. There was a big bada boom.
Right.
And somebody was like, "You got to go back and fix something." Fix what? I don't know. As far as you can tell, her story tracks.
Okay. So Aelin will step between them and say, "Simon, stop."
I think this is fair. If she wishes more information, she will have to volunteer some of her own. This is economy.
She's not...
I'm not saying she's lying.
Can't you see that she's scared?
Listen, last time I said too much, I got this all over my eyes, and I'm not sure what's going on, but I don't want to mess it up any more than I already have, but I'll answer every question I can.
That's fine. What I want you to understand is if you ask for more information from any of us, you have to be able to give information of your own.
Yes.
Otherwise, you are taking and giving nothing back.
Right, what have you told me so far?
What would you like to know? I have told you many things. I have told you about my apprenticeship to Herr Krefis. I have told you that I have trained in the Nine Hammers back in Novgorod. I have told you my line of work.
And
All I know is you are a bookworm. And now you've been zapped through time.
Well, I've just told you everything except a few small details that I don't think would hurt you any. I mean, but might hurt me if I told it.
So that's fine.
But I'll tell you everything I can.
What would you like to know of me, as this is a fair trade?
Well, there's nothing specific right now. I didn't think of this as a trade. I thought this
I
was
would
just
like to
sharing with a
know.
friend.
I would like to know what the glowing was.
Oh,
in
that's
that
a
fight.
good question.
That was very.
That's
confusing.
fair. I would also like to know what's the glowing fast. That is possibly the second time it's happened. The first time was years ago. While I was training under Herr Krefis. In a moment of great stress and frustration, something snapped. I'm not entirely familiar with what it was. It was the only time I'd ever seen Herr Krefis concerned. As for... I have suspicions. Nothing more than that. I am not entirely human.
Same.
I can... Yes, this is obvious. My father is human. My sisters and myself are half. My mother was what's that? Isma. Half celestial. When we were younger, and my sisters and I were scared at night, she would come in and comfort us, and we would swear that these luminous wings would come out from her and envelop us in this warm glow. And I thought I was young. It never occurred to me that she was of the divine until I was about to leave. My father gave me something of hers on May 18th's birthday. And a few years later, I headed down here. I'm still not entirely sure what that was. Possibly a manifestation of what my mother had.
Is it dangerous?
It hurt myself as well. It felt like I was being consumed by a light.
It hurt you.
The radiance?
Yeah.
You being close to him, you took damage just being caught
Right.
up
Okay.
in it.
I don't know that, in fairness.
Yeah. Which explains the 4 points of damage I did.
If you want to volunteer that information to be sober.
Some of us may have been affected a little bit by the brightness.
How?
It was almost like a part of me was being taken away. But like, in a way that only combat can do.
Like you were hurt.
So this would be, if this happens again, it would be best if I was away from everyone else. To a degree.
If it was anything like what I had felt, then yes, of course. I would not want anybody else in this group to have to feel what I had felt.
This is understandable. Thank you for letting me know. Now then, the whole weird dwarf with the hammer over his shoulder thing. What in the hells?
It was in a time when I needed him more than the most. I did not know if I was going to come out of my attackers the way I had. And I remember calling out to him loudly, and then the sound of a hammer upon an anvil filled the room, and it was quiet again. And they were gone. Sometimes you need to put your faith elsewhere. And it paid off.
So you have no idea what it was, Isa?
My guess is it was the Allhammer protecting me in my time of need.
That was Moradin?
It would be my thoughts that that's what this was.
He's smaller than I thought he'd be.
He is a dwarf.
But he had the power, the ferocity, the sound. It was Moradin.
And you had friends that showed up too.
Yeah, as a ghosty man.
I did.
Would you like to share?
And it was the same one who met you on the roof.
It was. What do you want to know?
Who is it?
How long have you had the ability to call on him?
That was the first time.
Where'd you meet him?
Sitting behind Zerafina.
Since I'm sitting across from where I see this,
Yeah, you would see this figure as just sort of materialize.
like looking over Zerafina's shoulder, going.
He and his sister moved into my hometown when we were very young. And we became very close. His sister is actually the one who started teaching me how to do some magic. He wasn't as good as I was at learning. And he had I'm sorry, I can't do this with you here, and I'm just gonna like.
Yeah, as you wave a hand, he kind of reaches forward and he's gone. Yeah, he's dismissed.
Yeah.
What happened?
He found something in his sister's study or somewhere to pull a piece of himself from somewhere else so that he could be smarter. It was some ritual, and I let him talk me into it, and me and some other girl that he found in the woods, and it went wrong. It went very wrong.
So he's no longer with us? But he's with
He
you.
was literally just there.
He sort of is. I thought he had died. A star fell, and the next thing I know, I was standing in a crater. He was nowhere to be found, and the girl was nowhere to be found.
Oh. So do you have another friend too who shows up in battles?
No.
Oh.
I didn't know who she was, really.
But now he shows up to help you.
He did? He's around, I guess? I don't know.
Can you make him show up when you want him to, or just when he wants to?
We'll find out as we go. He came when I called last time.
What's his name?
His name is Marcus.
How long ago was this?
A couple of months.
Oh, sorry. It's raw.
A little bit. But, that's... Say it's not far away anymore, but it was. Any other questions? Let's talk about somebody else now. Let's talk about you. I don't know.
There is that
trail off. You know.
What's up with this guy?
Before,
It's so weird.
Before I
With
met
the
you again
mates.
in Port de Marly, Aiden, you looked a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
You were not a full elf.
Yeah. Well, when I saw you before was when I was traveling with the circus.
Yeah.
Something bad happened and I had to leave. There was a slaver. And I kind of lost my temper.
Understandable, considering.
So I hit him until he stopped moving, and then I started running. And Shravana told me, just keep running. And I took the elven girl with me from Shady Creek. And then I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I thought it was her standing over me.
It's the elven girl.
Mm-hmm. And she said that she could take away the bad things.
Mm.
And you know a little.
Some.
But I just wanted that side of me gone.
I'm sorry, you wanted what side?
He was half elven. So last time I saw him, and when he showed up in Port de Marly, that half was gone.
I was half human before.
Gotcha.
My full name is Aelin Freak of the Rexentrum Freaks.
Can I see if I recognize that name as who?
You can. Yeah, give me history checks.
Oh. Maybe not.
8.
That's a 14.
No. I mean, Free doesn't name about. Rexentrum is.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Yeah, been there, done that. But,
Got kicked out.
Yeah, been there, done that. They didn't let me stay. So, okay.
My father, he met an elf in the woods, and I was the result. It's not a good look. For
I
people
found it
of
quite
high
striking.
stature. So I could pass as human most of the time, but they really kept me out of sight. Tutor Creefus was really the only one nice to me. Him and my brother Benin.
Where's your brother?
I don't know. I guess he's back in Rexentrum. But they finally found a use for my old inside and they were going to marry me off. So I left.
I
joined
met
the
him not
circus.
too long after.
I met Simon, and then I met Melora, and she took away the bad. And I took the elf to Pilbank, and that's where I met Ulvar. And then we made our way down to say goodbye to Tom Dreyfus.
You've been very quiet.
While everyone else was sharing, I didn't want to interrupt.
Yes.
Now it's your turn.
Okay, well, I can. First off, that person that looks like me is not my brother, so I'd like people to stop referring to him that way. I have one sister,
That's me.
a stepbrother, and I think Dad and Penelope had a kid.
Did you know this?
No, I didn't.
I'm not sure.
Had a kid when?
After I left?
So, a year ago? 2 years? When did you leave?
3 years ago?
3 years ago.
Yes.
They have a 3-year-old?
I didn't see it.
You didn't think to...
said he-
I was stealing
His
something.
mom's diary,
I wasn't
I
gonna
found
check
it.
and see
Oh,
how
and
old the
Bob might
baby
have
was.
a half-sister or brother? I don't know.
I don't know either.
He said he's not sure quit hurling accusations at your brother. This is why you always get into arguments and it drives me crazy.
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have 2 sisters.
Do you understand?
Huh?
This is how we communicate.
I understand that the next time my sister gets angry with me, I'm going to have scissors lobbed at my face.
That sounds about right.
Also, if my math is right, it was actually 5 years ago for you.
That's true. But also 3 years.
So there's no point in getting angry at him at something he himself does not know.
No, he knew that I had a half-sister, a
He
brother.
says he
and
found
still
out
haven't established
2 weeks
this.
ago
Oh.
while I was stealing something.
Okay, I didn't know. Still, you could have
You're
told
not
me.
listening.
This is what I have been saying. Now then, we have a couple of things we could see to for the rest of the day, unless we want to stay here and keep doing the sharing time.
I would like to stop.
Yeah, we did promise those 3 lovely goblins that we would stop by afterward, because they had a business proposal for us.
Sounds good.
I wanted to go by Kana's. I thought you might be interested because the dragon that you are fighting, the dragonborn with the tail that you're fighting, I saw him there the other day. I didn't tell you. Did I tell you? I don't think I told you.
You guys told me that
Oh,
you saw
maybe.
him.
I was going to ask some questions about that, but also some other things, but I thought you might want to go.
We can make that stop afterwards, yeah.
Okay.
We'll put that on the list.
So, we are going to Dreadras and beyond.
Sounds good.
And after that, you and I will be doing some training.
Oh.
Dave, you cannot simply rely on your spell casting alone.
Oh, you guys could train while we go to the other place.
Because sometimes when people get really close and stab you, the magic doesn't work so well.
Wow.
I have magic for that.
Oh yes, how about you? Do you have any close-up magic?
Me?
Yeah. Because
No.
the last time we got into a serious fight,
Yes.
not between us,
Oh.
but when we were fighting the cloaker, I recall you were being very close to the log, and then it flipped over, and you went, "Oh, giant bugs! I have to leave."
Well, most of my stuff is long range. To be
Yeah.
fair, I just
Do you
came
have-
into magic fairly recently.
Do you have any
How
close-up
about you?
combat abilities?
Well, I've trained a
Yeah
lot
or
with
nine?
monks. He kind of got the lion's share of the magic, and I've
Yes
got it
or
recently.
no?
I've trained with the monks.
This
I
is
just
not a yes
anything
or a
in
no.
real life practical combat purposes.
Yeah, I had a feeling. So, dancing around the answer, not getting us anywhere. Direct answer? Yeah, sehr gut.
I need to practice.
Great. Next time we spar, you are not allowed to use magic.
I don't like that.
I will not use my whip.
That's not magic.
Oh, I can perform some magic with that whip. extinguishing candles from a distance. It's wonderful.
Oh, I went to a.
You get your head out of the gutter, DM.
Same.
Well, I can work magic with it.
I can make that baby sing.
And go, wait a minute.
Just
Yeah, I
so you
didn't
know.
have the thought until I went.
They don't call me Captain Hammer.
Okay, none of that. Shame on you.
The hammer. Alright.
Yeah, boy.
Trying
I
to
haven't
run.
been to classes in a while. I guess I got to train.
If anyone else would like to help me train these two, you're welcome to.
I would like to go off to the temple to Morden.
I'm not saying right now.
No, but I'm saying it is a.
We're
it is
just
something
we're
that-
laying out the plan for the
Yeah.
day.
Threadrest and beyond. I will train with Dave. You can go to his temple. These two are going to Samvan. Aelin, what will you be doing?
You could train on how to hit things.
I'm pretty good at hitting things.
I think you should go with them.
Yes.
Okay.
Samvan needs to be level-headed. He will be impulsive if the tail dragonborn shows up, and she is very wordy.
I'm what?
Verdi.
Oh.
You talk a lot and
I
you get
do.
nowhere visit.
But I'll get information.
Am I wrong?
How?
There we go.
Because I've been very successful at stopping her from saying things up to this point.
So here's the trick. You take your hand and you put it over her mouth.
Hit her with the mace. Got it.
This works.
I'm trying. Got a little thing called Eldritch Blast.
It works so well up close.
Right, but
doesn't
if
it?
I'm right next to you.
Then you basically he did not say
Need
your
to
mace, he
look
said
up-
your mouse.
Need to look up whether a mouth cover may trigger hellish rebuke.
It doesn't do damage. It has to do damage.
There you go.
Covers my
quick
mouth
but
hard enough,
careful
he'll get a
mouth
hellish
cover.
rebuke.
Hand over mouth, bind her
Oh,
hands behind her
um,
back. That way she can't cast.
We should probably also talk to somebody about this and hold up the water skin.
I imagine your friends, where's they going, would be...
It's the best lead we got.
Okay. Bring them.
Oh, or the goblins. We talked to them too.
Yeah.
They did a bunch of weird stuff.
Who has that piece of paper? That the guy that attacked us had.
Oh, the one with all the names? I didn't even see it.
I do.
It's,
Oh.
it's either Alatrion or Zerathina, because they were doing the majority of the body.
Yeah. Oh, that's
ruffling.
right. You can have it. That's fine.
I've got it. I put it down. on
Well,
the
there's
list.
names crossed out. There might be a way to find out what names were there.
Oh, yes. Ours were the last two on the list, and there were no others after us?
No.
Okay.
Dev's name was on the list, and then Zerathina.
Okay. Got it.
And there were names after them?
There were 7 names before ours.
Yes.
Crossed out.
You're saying that like there's something we're missing.
Yep.
So there's 7 names, and then his name, and then my name. Is there anything else written on that paper?
I'm going to say this one more time. The other names on the paper were Dev, followed by Zerathina.
Okay.
Sure, yes.
The names that were crossed out, are they still legible?
Not particularly. You can catch like little letters here and there. From looking at the
Start
paper,
with a D and an X?
From looking at the paper head on, you can't really tell like what the letters are. Somebody's going to have to get creative in some way to discern. Use your detective skills. How would you do this? If you're looking at the paper straight on and it's crossed out forward, like what do you do?
So I know a guy.
It'd be really great if we had a really bright light.
I'll tell you what, I'll light up my fingertip and just ET style.
I know a guy at a karaoke bar who could maybe help us out.
You have to
Can
sing
you get to
for
that
it, though.
nexus?
You have to sing for it.
Give me an investigation check as you're trying to hold the paper up at an angle.
Nope.
1. Nothing.
It is
No.
the loneliest number.
It's the loneliest number. It's totally.
Is there a
loneliest.
torch or something in here?
Yeah, absolutely. You found a torch.
Okay.
I imagine there was a candle and a lantern
Can
or
I?
something.
Yeah. you
Okay,
just
so somebody
hold
hand
up
it to
the
me,
light.
and I'll hold it up.
Sure.
But not like catch it on fire.
Investigation check. I'll say.
Okay. Not bad for Aelin. So it was a 17 on the die.
17.
Minus 1.
Okay.
16, so respectable.
16 is respectable. I'll say this. 7 names on the list. A lot of them are crossed out. You're trying to pinpoint, and even holding it up to the light, like it's a weird situation as you hold it up to the light and stuff like that. You can't really see what it says. However, with a 16, I'll give you this. 1, 2, 3, 4 could be Creepus.
Ooh.
I want to try one more thing.
Please.
Does anyone have any charcoal?
Is there a fireplace in here?
You could go out, somebody could run out to the front and grab a piece of
Run out and grab a piece and
briquette.
bring it back.
Yeah, you get a piece of charcoal.
And a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have paper.
Yeah, we
Okay.
all have paper. Things on it.
So, Mom and Dad, well, Mother and Father Freak, they didn't like for Benane and I to talk. So sometimes he would write a message, and then he would tear that page up and pass me the next page. And we would do this, and I would put the blank sheet on top of the other one, and just like gently rub the charcoal across.
Okay.
To see if the harder pressed lines show up.
Sure. Yeah, I'll say this. They don't all show up. That's a great idea in theory, and I'm about it. But I'll say this. After doing that, you can tell the 4th name on there is most definitively Creepus.
Okay.
Okay? None of the other names stand out to you. You get a couple of letters here and there and things of that sort. But it does look like, I'll say this. With the charcoal, you finally notice that whatever is being used to smudge the names, which looks like it was black in material, suddenly it clicks in your head that it's not charcoal.
Blood?
It's blood.
Ew. Is it different blood? Like the person's name is crossed out in the
It's
person's blood?
hard to identify blood types on a piece of paper. And this is...
Zara tastes it. No.
Oh, positive. Are you positive? I am, and so is the blood. Yeah.
Oh, so positive.
I guess if just seeing all this going on, I'm wondering if I mean, having tracked so many things and using like my sense of smell to like track beasts, just to kind of like, okay, well this could potentially be human. This is probably something else.
Bro, I'll say this because I don't want you to feel bad about this. It is dry. It is dry. There is a difference between tracking a creature and smelling the iron in the air, other than like somebody took a. I'll say this. Give me.
Because if
give me insight. Just you give me insight.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
This. There's hunting, and then there's hunting.
Gotcha.
You're looking at the sheet. This is less of a clue and more of a what? It's a souvenir.
All right.
Serial killers, hunters take souvenirs. They want trophies. Hell, you're staying in a place that is the living embodiment of that.
Yeah.
Like with all these, so whatever this is less of a like, I better keep track of this, and more of a like, I want to save this for later, hold on to it, and and keep it with me.
Make me feel warm at night.
Gross.
These markings on the piece of paper does not appear to be a prick of a finger and a mark off a page. It seems something a little bit more devastating. As perhaps these might be from the person of the name?
They crossed out the name in the blood of the person whose name is there.
It seems as though that might be the case. It does not seem like it's from a person who might be right in the head. They might be a little deranged.
Well, they are most certainly dead.
Well, quite dead, but this is darker.
Yeah, well, we can look into that later. We have no means of going forward on that now. We will deal with it as it comes down the line.
Okay. Well. And
Personally,
somebody
I'm
said
feeling a
then-
bit cooped up. Anybody want to go outside? Please say yes.
Yes.
Good.
Cool. You guys head outside to get a little bit of fresh air. Whatever darkness was sort of pervading the room, for some of you feel this emotional sort of weight lifted as you get outside and into the bustling streets that are Portimao. As you are in, beaded alley, things are a little bit in full swing. You see people selling things, from carts and things of that sort. A couple of the hunters, once again, give you, a small clap on the back or things of that sort. Off in the distance, as you come out of this alleyway, you see a collection of Clovis Concord individuals that are just seemingly engaged in conversation. You see another group that looks to be like they're opening a brand new shop just across the way. But this is what you notice right when you walk out of your place. Where are we going next?
We need to see some goblins about some business.
Yep. Sure. Yeah. You take a little walk, take a little stroll, and head over to Dread Wrath and Beyond. As you head over to Dread Wrath and Beyond, you walk up to the same door.
Knock 3 times.
Knock 3 times. Hello there. Terrific.
Beautiful day. May we come inside and discuss business?
It could rain later.
It could.
Terrific.
Dolan sent us.
You asked us to come back to discuss business.
Ah. Lovely.
May we come in?
May rain later.
Thank you.
Terrific.
And I walk in.
This is every broken animatronic I've ever had to know.
It's a great, big, beautiful.
As you come into the shop, there's another individual who's in the shop. It's a haggard-looking old woman. As she is just sort of purveying goods and things of that sort. She has a small wicker basket that instead of buying potions or buying anything that is brewing, she's actually walking around to the little places above the potions. And
she's buying reagents.
She's buying reagents, yes. And she's taking them and filling up a little haggris. Yes. Haggris. I hated eating that in Scotland, but so she's filling this little basket with things and walking around the shop. Dread Wrath and Beyond end their human disguise, their Jameson human men, and pop out on the ground, and you see Beyond just sort of like look at the group and give a small nod, and Dread and Wrath, you see Wrath kind of runs up to where the woman is and says something to her, and she hands him a couple of coins, and as she's walking out of the shop, she looks over at you. Her eyes are down until she comes over to see where you are, and you see very serpentine-looking eyes looking back at you. She is.
What kind of a check do I have to make to identify this race?
Give me a nature or arcana check.
Let's see, do I go with the +0 or the +0? Let's go with the +0.
Yep.
That's a 7 on nature.
You have no idea.
Nope.
But she looks at you all and gives you a small smile, and first one set of eyelids blink, and then the other. Yeah, and then she just walks out of the store, closing the door behind you, leaving you alone with Dread Wrath and Beyond. Beyond will reach up and lock the door, and you hear it.
So, thanks so much for coming back. How did your little mission go?
Wunderbar. Found a cloaker.
Oh, good. Did you save any pieces?
Nothing.
Anytime you find interesting pieces of stuff out there in the wild, please feel free to bring it back. Beyond's always looking for interesting things to make potions.
I actually have something.
Oh, good.
I'll pull out my water skin.
That's a water skin.
Yeah, it's what's inside.
Water?
Well, it was water, but it's not anymore. I dumped that out.
Oh. Is this a riddle?
No.
Oh.
Do you have another container? Perhaps clear. One is advice.
Yes, of course.
And he goes over and he picks up a potion vial and hands it over.
So I open the vial, place the end of the water skin inside of it to make sure none of this gets on me.
Okay.
And squeeze until it all.
Cool. Yeah. It's got the consistency of slime.
Right.
Almost like an amorphous blob. the white color that was there is completely gone, and now it's taken on a clear look to it. Okay, it's taken on a almost a transparent, like whatever color was with it is gone. It's diminished, but now it's transparent, and you kind of it blurps in.
I thought you said it was the Vidlago.
It was.
That was right.
When I put it inside the water skin, it was white.
May I?
Yeah.
And he takes it, and he's like,
Maybe a day or so?
Do you want to know what it is?
Please?
Well, the parts I know. So it's come here.
Gonna walk over.
And I'll point at on the side of his face.
Okay. You just see him go like point, and
and I'll be like pointing at.
You're pointing at it.
Yeah.
He comes over. He's actually going to do this. He's going to take a couple of steps forward. He's got a boot on one foot that matches the other. You realize that the left boot is a boot of flying. The right boot is just a regular boot. So he does this like hop, 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 where he's kind of like balanced on one, and kind of takes a look at your face. He studies it for a bit, and he goes,
I don't know what this is, but we did have somebody coming by and asking about it. If we'd seen anything like it.
Do you remember what it looked like?
Great.
About his build?
Yeah. Said he was staying over at the place by the docks.
Which place? By the dock?
Oh, is it the one for all the bar fights?
Yeah.
Oh.
He also said that if we got any bodies in, that he'd like to take a look at them first.
Well, this is not technically a body.
No, it's not. So can we talk?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He gets a little serious for a second, and he looks over, and you see Wrath is rummaging around. Dread is or Beyond is also like over by the door, and Beyond gets a sad look on his face, and he goes,
We were hoping that you would take a job for us.
Mm-hmm. What is the nature of the job?
Our brother is missing.
So it's Dread, Wrath, Beyond,
and?
This makes sense. So where is End? When did you last see End?
And was with us about 3 weeks back. We were taking a walk through the marketplace, and he was grabbed.
Did you have your front door appearance, or were you just the four of you?
No, it was just us walking around. That's before we realized that we really needed to change our appearance. Goblins are... we are what we are.
You have a bed rape outside in most of the cities.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Where were you?
What part of the city were you in?
We were near...
he thinks... I'm going to bring up the map.
Cool.
Okay. He goes,
we were walking alongside Beaded Alley. We know better than to go in the crescents, but we had a job, a delivery to the auction house in the Gilded Esplanade. So we were walking past there quickly because we didn't want to stay for too long. And he kind of references this area right here. I'm going to put a little marker right there. Okay, almost a little bit above the G in Gilded Esplanade.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just grabbed, and we fought, but they wrapped their arms around him and just like, pulled him into an alleyway. By the time we got there, they were both gone.
Can you describe what they were wearing?
Yes. He was in a bright sort of gold outfit. It was. He goes. He was like a human-ish character, almost like one of you, but shorter.
Short of human. Sort of stockier?
A blue gold outfit.
Shorter or shorter?
He kind of looks over at the party and he doesn't see anybody that fits the bill. So he goes.
Can you put yourself at his height?
Yeah, okay, that's great. He walks over towards the door and he jumps on Beyond's
Would that be about the height
shoulder.
Would that be about the height of a dwarf, say?
Yeah.
Do you remember any details about his face?
No. It would happen so quick, but we'd be willing to pay you any amount of money to get him back.
Was your brother carrying anything, any object, anything we could track or trace?
Yes, actually, he had a very rare potion ingredient on him. He had and he's trying to figure out whether he wants to share this bit of information with you all. But
the more we know, the easier.
Objects.
The more we know, the easier it will be for us to find him.
Persuasion check from you with help from Simon.
So it was a nat 20 on the die anyway.
Nat 20. Okay.
Just first roll.
Yeah, he gets it and he goes, it was a special order. It was a heart.
Heart? What? Like a person's heart?
No, the heart of a beast.
What kind of beast?
Some people refer to it as a manticore.
Okay.
This is some serious ingredients.
Yeah. Okay. So you go like that's big. Yeah, like that's a huge thing. And I was like,
and was holding it when we were traveling.
Is that?
I have an idea on where we could start.
Is that why your gold was tied up the other day when we were trying to sell you the statue?
He nods and then pulls out from behind his pocket a note that is it's folded up, and it looks like when somebody carries something that means a lot to them, like
it's
a
like
memento.
suede almost.
Yeah. He hands it to you, and as you unfold the paper, it looks to be a crudely written ransom note.
Do I recognize the handwriting?
Give me an investigation check.
Dude, if it's who I think it is. 16.
It's hard to recognize the handwriting, but there is, while it may be crudely written, you realize that the formality in the words themselves belay the fact that somebody wrote this in a rush.
Yeah.
You know, where essentially it was like.
Does it read like he speaks?
Yes. Bring more hearts to the alleyway, and your brother stays alive. You know, and that's the essential gist of it.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
Is there anything on here that I would recognize? I'm checking for any kind of thieves' cant specifically.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you give me an investigation check.
That's a 17.
No thieves' cant. However, anybody here speak Goblin?
I do not speak Goblin.
No, but I mean,
You're pouring over the paper. You're pouring over it. You're looking at and like this thing has been examined 10 ways from sideways, and you're going back to fold it back up. You're specifically looking for a hidden message, and you fold it up, and you realize that these random markings, when you fold it up a particular way, are like there are like shapes on it. So you just spend a little bit of time going like old school, like do you like this? You know, like you start folding up the paper in random ways. You do see some markings on the paper. You cannot read them.
I'll ask them if they recognize. I'll ask everybody in general if they recognize.
9.
okay, if nobody else does, I'm gonna go ahead and cast
I'm also
common
gonna ask.
languages.
Yeah.
Dreadratham, yeah.
Yeah.
And touch the paper because I can't read it if I don't touch it.
Sure. Zerathina and the goblins both alight, and then look crestfallen as they. It's one word. It's actually two words. The first word is and it's just this. It's just like a symbol.
The ampersand.
The ampersand in Goblin, and it's run.
So and run.
Oh.
I'll share with them that that's what it says.
Yeah. and run. And like the goblins go, how did we miss it? Like there's almost this sense of like Beyond comes over from the door and he's looking at it and he's looking at it, and then like you see Dread and Wrath who are just fighting over the paper, but they're both gingerly like not wanting to tear it if this is the last thing that comes from their brother.
You mean the run?
Huh?
I think their brother is telling them to run.
Oh.
It's like a warning.
No, I know. I thought he meant Shady Creek.
No.
I need to talk
Sometimes
to a
they
dwarf about a goblin.
Would you please help us? We're happy to give you potions for life, and he's like, yeah, if you get my brother back, like we'd be so grateful. There's so many of us that go missing all the time.
The one with the flying boot is Dread.
Hmm?
The one with the boot of flying is Dread.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kneel down to Dread.
Yeah.
I swear to you, I will do everything I can to bring Ant home.
And Dread does something very uncharacteristic. Dread just this little goblin's got a lot of heart. He hugs you. He wraps his arms around you. You know what I mean? Like, and he's just like he's weeping. You know what I mean? And Beyond for a second, like almost takes a step forward. And Wrath does not deal with this affection well. Like Wrath is just like he's like running around. He's checking the potions and stuff like that. But you know, Dread takes a step back and he goes, anything you need, please. We don't have much, but whatever we have it's yours. And we're happy to help the guild, too.
We may need some more potions of healing.
Okay.
But I have a very strong feeling I know who's done this.
Okay. He will go over to the counter. They don't have a lot. You guys kind of cleaned them out last time.
That's right.
But he has 2. He's got 2 regular healing potions that are done, and he immediately hands them over to the group to be dispensed of as you see fit.
Be careful with that. The stuff in the jar.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I don't want you to get hurt.
No, Kin. Now, you're fine. I'll treat it well.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start taking a short walk around the shop and look around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a look too.
The shop's weird. The shop's decor changes every time you come in there. There's always random stuff alongside the walls. There's this particular run. There is a frickin' run on broken glassware. Broken teacups, broken glasses, broken plates. Something happened where somebody's like, my latest raison d'etre is broken glassware. Because scattered around the shop are just like little bits of broken glassware. Dread is sort of following behind and like watching you guys as you look around, and you see Wrath is kind of looking at the pouches of gold that you guys have, just eyeing them. He's not going to steal anything, but he's definitely chomping at the bit.
Well, when there is nobody looking, I'm just gonna stash a small bag of 50 gold somewhere.
You can certainly try. Give me a stealth check.
Stealth, or can I sleight of hand that?
Give me a sleight of hand.
9.
You hide it. You're like, now I don't want anybody to get. And as you look back to look, the bag of gold is gone. And
Wrath is just there panting. Okay.
He opens his mouth and he smiles and he's got gold around the mouth and stuff like that. Like it's gotta taste horrible, but he's just smiling and he puts 2 on his eyes. He's like, ah.
Everybody deals with it their own way.
Yeah.
Knowing what I know about the God's Brawl, what Master Troga and Kreefus would have told me, do I know where the champion would stay?
Okay. No. You guys started on the same path, but went completely divergent from each other.
Yeah.
So trying to figure out where this individual is one thing. Beyond, because you dropped 50 gold there. You got them gold grills. That's right, Palantir. Because you dropped the 50 gold, you are handed one of the broken teacups. On the way out, as Beyond sees what you did for his brother, and he kind of hands you one of them. He just picks a random broken teacup from the wall, and he kind of looks over at you, and he grabs both of your hands in his meaty goblin fist, and just...
Just an uncomfortably long time.
Just uncomfortably, like an uncomfortably long time. Like just like that times like. You know when somebody gives you the hug, but then they do like the circles on the back.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
You know, just like
They rub your shoulders a little bit.
You're like, I just met you 2 minutes ago. Like I don't like.
It's quiet time, buddy.
You got this.
Sounds getting real low.
Sounds getting real low, big guy. Yeah.
All right.
He goes, that's something that my brother's been working on, but you'll have fun with it. It's a concentrated version of the mending cantrip, but he calls it a mending bomb. Essentially, I don't see any good use for this, but essentially you take the teacup and you smash it, and then the pieces of the teacup will scatter and then come together. But everywhere the pieces of the teacup touch, the mending cantrip is cast.
Oh, I can think of a lot
So
of
as
things to do
the
with that.
teacup reassembles itself, it's only one charge of it, but I don't think of any. We can't think of any uses for it. But Beyond had it in his head that he wants to try it. So yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. So take an exploding mending bomb. Okay.
I know where to start my investigation.
Cool. You guys leave the shop. They don't even go into the human persona. As you guys leave the shop, you see the three of them just sort of like huddle together, and it's a brotherly like family like hug it out sort of thing. The woman is at the end of the alleyway, and you see her as you guys come out of the building, and everybody comes out. She just nods and walks back into the crowd. This was a making sure.
This is I'm making sure that you don't do anything to hurt them.
Yeah.
Got it.
Gotcha.
So she just gives a little nod, like didn't know you, wanted to make sure these are my buds.
They're your boys.
Yeah. And then she just kind of walks into the crowd. So, all right, heroes.
Our training may have to be put on hold for a moment.
Oh no.
Don't worry, I will hit you later.
Oh no.
Why don't you go straight over there?
You have your own investigation to see to. Would you mind accompanying me?
Sure.
Ulva?
To where is it that you'd like to go?
It's a temple.
Of course.
Just don't do anything dumb.
I will do my utmost.
I know.
What is it that you're going to be doing down at the temple?
I could think of it.
I will not start anything, I promise. Just looking for information.
Me too.
Cool.
I'm going to grab your shoulder and start walking to the temple.
Yeah.
Working 9 to 5. 3 groups heading to the my little mini group that's headed towards the temple district to figure out what happened with.
Well, it's halfsies.
Halfsies. Yeah. Let's do this. This will be fun because we only have a little bit of time left. Let's do. Give me a representative from each group. Give me a D20.
Ulvar, you got in the hot rolls tonight.
13.
13.
That 20.
Hey!
All right, we start with this group. You guys head over towards the temple district. What are we doing in the temple district?
Temple Accord.
Temple Accord. Yeah, you go up to the Temple Accord. You notice that a lot of the hullabaloo has died down from what was going on. But yeah, you would see some individuals taking care of the temple. You would see some individuals that are wearing the holy symbols of Accord when you walk in.
Do I recognize anybody from from when I was registering?
Yes, I would say that you recognize the half-elf man that signed you guys up from before. But he's just sweeping a little bit inside of the temple and just trying to keep it clean and tidy. And as you guys come in, he gives you a polite nod.
Hello.
Hello.
My apologies.
Sure.
You are the only person in the temple I've actually spoken to.
Oh, are you here to worship or pay tithe? We take donations.
Not in as such. I'm looking for an old colleague of mine.
Oh,
My
yes.
Gilsa was a colleague of mine back in the day. I was hoping we could reminisce and speak of Herr Grievous.
Give me a deception check.
I mean, it's not entirely a lie, but you know. That's an 11.
That's not true.
It's not entirely a lie.
No, he looks at you and he says, "That's not true. Wasn't it your friend that got beaten up in front of the temple.
Yeah, he...
By him?
Gilsa responded poorly to Grievous' deaths, I would imagine.
Ah, all right.
I simply want to make sure that there's no bad blood between us before the gods brawl.
Of course. And you would like to figure out where he's staying so that you can extend a...
Olive branch of sorts.
Olive branch. All right. Well, I am quite busy here at the temple.
I completely understand. Perhaps a small tithe would ease your burdens for a moment. A tithe to the temple. That you would be able to deliver at a later date.
Give me a persuasion check as you attempt to bribe the clergyman.
17?
17.
Go with God, my child.
Yes, buddy.
Peace be with you, and MasterCard with you. Give us your gift cards if we be friends.
Lift up your hearts and rejoice.
Lift up your hearts. He goes, how much do you give him?
5 gold.
5. He takes the 5 and he pockets it and he says, the Temple of Cord thanks you. Should you wish to seek amends, I honor that, and I would inform you that he's staying at the Sapphire Crown.
Dankeschön.
It is a very large building in the gilded esplanade. Good luck getting in.
That's fine. Thank you for all of your help.
Yes, of course.
Appreciate this.
Going to wherever the anvil was that had more.
It's a couple
Sweet.
temples down.
Yep.
Couple temples down.
Just gonna
temple
go
down.
hop and skip the temple over.
Yeah, you guys head over a couple of temples down towards the temple. There's no one in there currently at this time of day. It's
Even the Grumbly Dwarf.
Ooh.
Not even Grumbly Dwarf. Like you just see the anvil set up.
Then Uber's gonna walk over and he's just gonna pull out his little tinker hammer that he has, and he's just gonna slam it down on.
Oh, shut it! But as the hammer rings out, you see a somewhat hungover hand like reach up and like pull themselves up from behind the anvil. It's like, that was the rudest wake-up call I've ever had.
But you're awake.
I don't think that was the point.
But
What is it?
I just came to pay a quick respect to Moradin. This is all I've ever needed.
Moradin likes sleeping.
Especially after he's had about 5 calids of dwarven ale.
He's gonna turn his head and look over at you and
I mean, I understand.
Alright. What is it? You just want to pay respects.
And he's just gonna grab his bow and just bring it out so that way it fully forms. And he's gonna set it just on top of the anvil.
Okay.
And then talk to Morden like out loud.
Give me a d20.
That's a 14.
14.
14.
Okay. You feel Morden's presence in this place. As you begin to pray and just pay homage to him, you feel his presence around you. It's a soft warmth in your your chest.
Perfect.
As you
Small embers that are on the forge of your heart.
This is like, are you with them?
I'm with them.
Is this the weirdest day?
It is the weird. Okay, it's weird for me.
It's one of those like it's super weird, but also kind of what I expected.
Yeah,
like bribes and odd religious stuff. Yeah.
This is exactly okay. Cool. Yeah.
Like this is weird, but kind of right in line.
Cool.
So, Ulver says, Morden, give me the path that you need to set me upon to fulfill my mission, to fulfill my purpose. I will stay here. I will travel far, whatever you need me to fulfill my purpose. And then just...
Heavenly Moradin, where will I go on my mission?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to go with, my heart will go on, because again, I will go near, I will go far, I will go wherever you are.
Okay. You see your dwarven compatriot sort of nodding, and he goes, "Are you looking to travel?"
Wherever it is that I am called to serve.
Stay here. And he goes in the back. And
Is this the same fellow who told you to come back at night after he told you to throw the bow into his forge?
I'm actually unsure. I did not get quite a good look at him.
Do you hear Mordant respond when you talk, or is it just like a one-way thing?
It is my knowledge of Morden that faith works in one way.
Interesting.
Faith are acts of things that you do that are not necessarily seen.
Okay. He goes, this is great. Yeah. He comes back out, and he brings out what looks to be like a little mini keg. You ever seen the little mini kegs that they sell
Those
at the
paper
store?
ones?
Yeah. Like it's about this big, a little mini keg that you can put with you. And he goes, and he puts it on the anvil. He's like, Hado.
Kin?
Hado.
Kin.
No. Okay. Is he speaking Dwarvish?
Huh?
Is he speaking Dwarvish?
No, he's speaking common.
Okay.
It is what is inside of it, or is it?
It's Hado.
It's Hado. Okay.
Do I know what Hado is? Studying with dwarves?
No.
Awesome.
It's like, no, he's just like...
I'll just pick it up.
Yeah. He's like...
Does it do something, perhaps?
No, it's his ashes.
Where would he like to be put to rest?
Every fire you come across.
Just sprinkle a little bit in.
Odo never really left the town. He just wanted to see the world. So if you really have a mission and you want to go anywhere you find people hard at work, a fire to be made, take a little bit of the ashes and sprinkle them in. I keep telling them I'm going to do it, but things come up.
It would be my pleasure to serve in this way.
And he will just right under the arm.
Not under the arm. He doesn't like that.
So what's supposed to stow it?
Just sure that.
Do you have? Are there pieces of like scraps, like scrap leathers?
Yeah, he starts making a little. And
Yeah,
you see him
little
working
backpack.
together.
He's gonna make a Hadobjorn.
Hadobjorn. And he makes you a little thing that it straps to it. But you see that there's like an easy twist off lid, and he goes, and before you leave, he puts a hand on it. He goes, "You were a right bastard, but you were my best friend."
Then I shall honor.
That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you wanted to say a few words?
I will
I
honor
do not know
his
this
name.
man. I will move on.
Okay.
This right bastard. Aside from that, Hadoken, he's
Not Hadouken. Hado.
Hado.
God.
Okay.
Thank you. May the Alhammer be with you.
And also with you. Stop it.
And just pushes us out. I imagine.
Yeah.
Is this normal?
This is not normal.
Okay.
I don't know what he gets up to every time he goes to the temple. He lost his bow. He comes back with gold arrows, and now he comes back with a keg of a dead man.
Sometimes you just need to have faith that the things you are doing are the right things.
Moradin told me you should give me all of your gold.
That is not what he has spoken to me.
You have to take it on faith, Ulva.
And I have faith that he lied.
Your God would lie to you? Our God would lie to you.
To give you my money. I am not not the person to have hoarded such wealth, but I obviously have earned it.
You will listen to anyone else who says they have more, but you will not listen to me.
You are trying to take what is rightfully mine, what I have earned and fought for. And do you now
You're
want
just
it?
watching this conversation take
Yes.
place?
I'm trying to make a point, Ulfa.
The point is that you may not have my gold.
The point is that you listen too blindly to people who profess to have your faith.
Well, clearly not that is the case.
I suggest we wait back at the seat of house for the rest of them, and then fill them in on the plan.
You go walking with Hado, and when you go walk, you notice that there are little tiny bells attached to the bottom of the thing, so it's a little like.
Good luck with stealth.
Yeah, seriously.
The remainder of me.
Until you get rid of all of Hado, you can dissipation.
Perfect.
Go.
That's fine.
All right, let's get back to the rest of the group. You guys spend a little bit of time.
Yeah, on the way over there, I need to talk to Eladrian.
Okay.
So, our orcish friend that you kind of threw under the bus, she's friends with the person that we're going to see now.
Okay. I don't
What's a
think
bus?
I don't really think I
I'm also a little mad at you about that.
okay.
Like, kind of a lot.
Why?
Because she was our friend and she was helping us and you just completely threw her under the bus.
I mean, I feel like they would know that she was on that mission and it was just to confirm.
Okay, so first of all, Maybe they didn't. Maybe that one didn't. Maybe other people did. And now it looks like she just was blabbing to everyone about her thing that she was doing. I'm trying not to talk so much in front of other people. But you know, that she was just not very good at her job.
But didn't you say that he was like really, really like way high up?
Right, but still, if commoners such as us knew that that's what she was doing, then she was being kind of crappy at her job. So he basically said your employee is awful.
But also that she helped us save.
But also she's a terrible, terrible spy.
The fact that she whispered spy is meant to be.
But didn't you also, when we were downstairs, say that you were looking for someone who was
I just said I was looking for a friend. I didn't say she was a spy.
No, you said that she did special missions?
I said she did like unusual jobs or something. I didn't blab about everything. Anyway,
Do you
I'm
think she'll get
just
in trouble?
worried. Huh?
Do you think she'll get in trouble?
She might.
I didn't mean for that to happen.
Well, worried. She was the closest thing we had to a friend, and she might have been able to help us out, me in my particular situation, because it's not a good one. So maybe just be careful. I hope it doesn't bite us.
That could never happen.
Okay. I don't feel better.
I'm sorry.
Did you two switch places for the awkward conversation?
Yeah.
So like Dev is like, take this dead dwarf's ashes. And Dev's like, oh no. Like, you're like, what happened with the spy? Great. Okay.
I mean, if it will make you feel better, we could go back and try to ask about it.
How would that make me feel better?
Well,
I
we could
think that might make it
explain.
worse.
We could explain that she was only trying to help.
Oh, sorry, we didn't meant it. We all know that she was. I think we should just probably drop it and not make it any worse. Maybe. I don't know what to do. I'm a little worried.
I mean, we can ask your friends if they know where she is. If she's okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's probably okay. I just feel like there's a good chance that she's getting a reprimand.
What happens when you get reprimanded in the Cobalt Soul?
Well,
Did they kill you?
I imagine there's many layers to a reprimand.
So they just start peeling all of your skin?
Ew. I mean, it can go anywhere from like a wrist slap to like, I don't know. I never got that bad a reprimand. I was a fairly good student.
So what, they just like took away your library card?
How did you know? That was awful. I couldn't go for a whole week.
The walk to Kana's house was uneventful except for this conversation regarding spies.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Spies. You walk up to the door, and what are we doing? The rose bushes are out front, like the beautiful plants and things of that sort.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello, it's me. You knock on the door. You are greeted once again by the very large furbolg, Silt, who's standing there, and he's like,
Oh, with the turtles.
"Shh, stop! They just went down for a nap."
Radical.
How? and Silt brings you in, and then he's going to like creep up like a set of stairs, and you see him cast, and he goes, "Oh my god, I'm so grateful I know silence." All right.
And now he'll never know until he gets back up there that they've ripped the entire nursery apart.
Yeah, their entire nursery is like it's worth it. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
okay?
Good. And you've brought.
I did.
Hi.
Hi.
And Silt is gonna come over to you, and he goes, "A son of Melora," and he's going to wrap you in a big hug. And you notice that he's got a very similar looking holy symbol. His is carved out of living plants and things of that sort. He goes, "What brings the follower of the Green Mother all the way here?"
I came here for my tutor's funeral.
Oh, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Are you here to see Kana, or?
Oh yes, I had a question for him.
Sure. And Silt will actually lead you past this little living room area. He kind of nods at you as you come in. He doesn't look happy to see you. He looks over at you and he goes, he just kind of gives you a polite nod. He'll lead you past this little living space area to a back bedroom, and he goes, honey, if you're okay, Zeraphina's here. He's like, yeah, send her in. And he's going to push the door open. Kana's laying in a bed. Kana is beaten black and blue. He's got several cuts all over his body. The left side of his face is purple from what looks to be just one long bruise. That is it kind of starts here and then just goes down the left side of his face. He just looks like he's had the crap kicked out of him. But he's laying in bed and he kind of sits up and he still gives you a broad smile when you come into the space. You all would see that this individual has eyes that are white, unseeing at this point, but he gives a small smile to the room. And he looks at you all and smiles as you see a tiny little weasel, ferret, hop up on his shoulder and kind of look around. And he goes, "Oh, okay. Well, it's glad you're here. What brings you here?"
What happened to you? I mean, I didn't mean to be nosy.
I do. What happened to you?
You want me to?
Silt coughs. And crosses his arms. He goes, "Oh, really?"
Well, he's hurt.
I know, I've got it, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that you can, but also that you haven't. So I thought I'd offer.
Can I step out of the room?
There is an inhale from Kana as Kana goes, and Silt's eyes go big, and he's like,
"Well, I thought maybe you were tired."
No, I'm not tired. He's just got. You should have seen the state he was in before.
Right, but both of us healing would make it go faster.
No, just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he kind of he frowns a little bit, but then you just see a soft smile. But Kana's loving this. Silt is the most uncomfortable he's ever looked in his life, and Kana is just this is the greatest thing in the world.
Laughter really is the best medicine.
He goes, "Silt, would you get us some tea, please?" And Silt just kind of backs out of the room, looking at you. And he goes, "The one other freaking Melora," and he's walking out of the space. And he goes, "There was an incident. Not too long after you left, coincidentally. I study a school of magic that is apparently in demand."
What, the time thing?
Yes, the time thing. And he smiles a little bit and he goes, "Yes, the school of magic I'm in is in great demand to a few individuals, and..."
That might be what I was going to ask you about. See, okay, so the other night, this Dragon Ball with a tail?
He's going to put a hand up and he goes, "You're a reader, right?
Yes.
We're getting to the part in a book where the more you read, the more it's going to influence the rest of the words that have come before and the rest of the words that come after. There is a moment in any book, in any good book really, where you have to weigh what it's going to take of you and from you to continue reading. Serafina, and he holds out a hand. Just like up. He doesn't get out of the bed, but he holds a hand up.
I'll put my hand.
Yeah, he goes, you seem very kind. You I automatically adore. Because I don't think you knew any better. And that makes it more delicious to me.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Silt does not take well and has trouble differentiating. The person who did this looked similar to you, but not quite. Serafina.
Yes.
I don't know if you should keep reading this book.
I'm not sure we have a choice.
He will pat your hand and say, war is coming to our continent.
Yes.
Magic users are starting to feel it. According to Silt, some of the animals are starting to feel it. Individuals are starting to awaken that were previously not awake. And there is a demand for the things that I am able to do. And he looks at you and he says, and I believe what you are innately able to do. This place is going to go bad. It's going to break bad. And the individuals that came in here wanting to speak to me wanted to utilize my gifts and have me teach them so that they could affect some change. They were a group of individuals belonging to a certain assembly of men and women, and I was refusing to give up of that knowledge. Okay?
Okay. You came by and beat him up too.
He's gonna...
He did not beat me up.
Listen, you were really
He came
bloody
looking
bruised.
for me, and we got into a fight, but he did not beat me up.
He's going to cock his head to the side and sort of look at the group, and he goes, why did he want you?
I have no idea.
All right.
Then we had somebody else who tried to kill me and my brother.
And he's like, wow, you guys have had some rough days.
Yeah.
Yep. Silt comes back in with tea, a big tray of it, and starts passing out cups to individuals and pouring tea for everyone. And he goes, how can I help?
Well, I was gonna ask if there was information about this guy who obviously doesn't like a lot of people, and to see if there was any information that you could help with.
Silt immediately puts the tea down and walks out of the room. And you see Kana kind of looking out and shaking his head, and he goes, how familiar are you with the Myriad?
Should I history check it? Or would I not be?
Give me a history check.
17 plus, I'm pretty good at history. 5, so 22?
Even that is too low to know about this group. He goes, they don't know, you don't know about them, but I can assure you. You live being in Port Damale, and if this individual came after you, the Myriad knows about you. And that is where we are going to end tonight's episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in to tonight's epic game with lots of reveals about backstories and things of that sort. So we love you all very, very much. We're touching upon the stuff that's going to be fun things to explore. But you have a mission. You're gonna rescue and, which I'm very excited about. because I was trying to figure out a name for this goblin brother, and when it hit me, I was like, "Yep, that has to be it." You're gonna rescue Anne. We're gonna go raid Lionhead Gaming. We love them very much. Indigo Connect, and thank you for wandering with us. We'll see you all very, very soon.